Hello, everyone, and welcome into another edition of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Tony Sapita, and today we are joined by a very special guest, White Sox expert and my season ticket partner, Jason Frank. Jason, how you doing today?
Doing good. Thanks for having me, Tony. How you doing today?
I'm doing good because today we are talking about the most dominant closer in baseball, Liam Hendriks, as well as a little recap of last week and a look ahead to next week. Before we do that, though, we just want to thank our sponsor, Stupid Car Tray. I have a tray. It works. It's awesome. You put food on it, put your phone in there, charge it, go check that out. So if you want to enjoy White Sox games at home or on the road even more, head out to www.stupidcartray.com. Use code J16, JAY16 at checkout and get 16% off. The link's in the description. Tell you everything you need to know. All right, Jason, let's talk some White Sox. Let's start with the recap. Since the last episode, the White Sox are 3-3, going 1-2 versus the A's and 2-1 versus the Red Sox. Pretty good week. I'm fine with it. Rodon and Kimbrel got the wins on Friday and Saturday. Jason, what did you see this past week?
Yeah, so honestly, I like where we're at. We're not hot yet, but you can still tell that we're still playing pretty well. A little side note, I talked about this before, that we're kind of doing the opposite of what the Yankees had done, where they were playing hot in July and August, but as we've all seen, they fizzled out. I called it, whatever. Anyways, from the real White Sox, I liked what we saw because, well, besides that cease inning and whenever the heck Dallas Keuchel pitches, I liked what we saw. I said I wanted to see the White Sox put on a good performance, win or lose against this playoff-esque team in the Boston Red Sox that, who knows, depending on how things play out, we might play them at some point. TLR was TLR, especially without T coming back. We had a few odd lineups, but still we were able to pull off 2 wins against the Boston Red Sox. I thought it was a great job overall by the White Sox pitching staff as well, besides the cease inning and what I mentioned before. But honestly, at this point, I just can't wait for playoffs. That's the only thing on my mind. And until October, who knows?
I agree. I could not agree more, actually, because there is the one guy as well that we know will shine under the bright lights of the playoffs. I'm referring to the best closer in baseball, the man they call Slider. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Liam Hendriks. Jason, tell us about Liam Hendriks.
Hendricks honestly had a great week against 2 playoff caliber teams in Boston, like I had mentioned, and then Oakland the series before. He was only out there for 3 innings, but he only gave up 1 hit, had 3 strikeouts, and the best part, 0 earned runs. Currently, he is second in the MLB in saves with 34 out of 40 opportunities, so the dude's pitching really well. And since 2019, he is tied for first with a 2.10 ERA with a minimum of 100 pitches or 100 innings pitched. So he's doing well, and he has been doing well consistently over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. And they actually had a spot where they did the Kimbrel in the 8th, Liam Hendriks in the 9th. I believe that was against the A's, or maybe it was that game against the Red Sox on Friday. But it looked good. It worked. And that's just all we want. We just want Craig Kimbrel to keep his head on straight because, and here's my favorite stat. I know you gave some pretty good ones, Jason, but my personal favorite, completely unprovable, but at the same time, completely provable if you watch any games. That stat is that Liam Hendriks he absolutely leads the league in craziness energy, that crazy, aura he brings out of the bullpen with him. He comes in with a demeanor of like a contract killer. He's blasting 99 miles per hour, sometimes 100, when he really reaches back. And what I would describe as a FU fastball. So what is that FU fastball, you might ask? It's where that pitcher comes right at you, the viewer, the listener, the hitter, whoever it is. He doesn't care because FU, I'm blowing this pitch right past you. Try to hit it. Kopech and Kimbrel have that as well. Kopech probably more than Kimbrel. Kopech's for sure second on the team in that stat. That's totally real. But it's not like Liam. Liam Hendriks, absolutely. You can tell he's just out there to do his job and get everyone the heck back in the clubhouse. And he does that for the most part. I swear I've also never seen him end a game, except for the other day, end a game on like a pop-up or something. it's always a strikeout or he gives up like 5 runs and gets pulled, and it's kind of fun. I'm always rooting for a strikeout at the end. So speaking of some games where we can see some Liam Hendriks strikeouts and some saves, let's look ahead to the coming week. Monday, that's when we're recording, we have off. But then the Angels come to town. The Los Angeles Angels, which directly translates to the Angels. So they'll be coming to Chicago for a 3-game set. Jason and I will be there on Tuesday night. Tim Anderson will be playing on Tuesday, according to one tweet I saw, and I think something else on the internet. So I'm going to run with it. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. Giolito will be starting against Packy Naughton, which I think I nailed that name, who is 0-1. He has 2 starts and 4 games he's appeared in. 14 innings, 13 hits, 9 strikeouts, and 4 earned runs. I'm not too worried about him. Sounds like a young guy, maybe he came up for September. I should have probably looked into that more, but it's really just not a guy I'm too worried about. Young guy. Wednesday is Keuchel. I'm worried about that. We're going to lose. I don't even know who the starting pitcher is yet. They don't have it out yet. I will not believe in Keuchel until he shows me why I should believe in him. And then Thursday is scheduled to be, this is an awesome matchup, Ohtani versus Rodon. Jason and I actually had tickets to this game. It was a day game. We couldn't get off of work, so we sold it. Now we regret it. But Ohtani, and he has been good, but he had a rough outing in his last outing. He gave up like 7. It ended up being 6 or 7 earned runs. He got pulled after giving up 3, but he had 3 guys on base. So they were charged to him. So I think we could probably take advantage of that, do some damage against him. And then by the time he picks it back up again, he'll already be out of Chicago. But Jason, tell us about this weekend series that kicks off 11 road games in 10 days.
Oof. Yeah, so like you said, over the weekend, we play the big, bad Texas Rangers. Psych. They sit at the bottom of the AL West, and as of now, they are 6-4 in the last 10, but we won't worry about them too much. I don't see any problems. Just depends who we have out there. In this series, and looking a little even further ahead over the next 2 weeks, we've got 14 games in 13 days. So I do want to see Jimmy Lambert start at some point, maybe toss him at the end of the rotation, get all of our starting playoff pitchers an extra day of rest. And hopefully by then, our magic number will be down to 4 or 5. So then it won't really matter too much.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know they're already heading into these next couple of weeks with a 6-man rotation, which is awesome. They threw, they tacked Ronaldo Lopez on the end and eventually squeezing out Dallas Keuchel, I think, but who knows? But I do agree with you, especially with all these games coming up. Maybe, someone goes on the IL or whatever it is, bring Jimmy Lambert up, bring one of these guys up and just give everyone a day off. We win, we lose, we lose. It's okay. The March to October goes on. The magic number is now 9 as of Monday night when we're recording, just like the legend Minnie Minoso, number 9. And with that will do it for this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Tony Sapita. Thank you to White Sox expert Jason Frank for joining me again today. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, Southsiders. See ya.